In this video, I'm going to expose all the facts that we know about Tyler Robinson, the alleged assassin of Charlie Kirk, and was apprehended today. And we saw the FBI press conference in which all the details of the operation were exposed. And we will also post some important questions that are still unanswered and the biggest lie about this case. So let's get started knowing the facts that he was turned in by his own father. That's important to understand. And the family he comes from, it really looks like a nice family. I'm going to give you the details in short, but this is a thing that it's hard to comprehend. From a regular middle-class family, good grades, went off to college, became an extremist Antifa killer. How can this happen? I have more pictures before we get into the details. Thanks to Christine Frueba, shooter Tyler Robinson from a happy, comfortable, middle-class family, oldest son, 4.0 student, well-traveled, gun safety as a boy, engineering school, not a professional sniper. It's so many, it's not the kind of upbringing that you think that a murderer is going to spark from there. His proud mother documented his entire life, every school or work, every first day of school, all close, happy photos, trips to Hawaii, Disney, or Universal Studios, camping, boating, skiing, everything. The whole enchilada, they really look like a happy family. And most likely, the body language in all those pictures just shows it. Now, let's get into the real details of this case. Catch up thanks to Autism Capital on X. Everything we know about the Charlie Kirk shooter so far. The shooter is a 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, 5'10", 150 pounds, brown hair. He currently has 3 charges. Felony discharge of firearm, obstruction of justice, aggravated murder. He is being held without bail. He received a full $32,000 scholarship to Utah State University, but he dropped out after 1 semester. He had a 4.0 GPA in high school and a 34 ACT. Robinson was not a student at the school Charlie was shot at. He was a local resident of the university. More detail in shortly. His father is the one who turned him into the FBI. He reached out to a family friend and said that Robinson was alluding to the fact that he did the murder. The information also got to the FBI. This is also, we need to talk about that the FBI really did some work, even if it looks like, okay, they were lost. I'm going to try to explain it in non-technical terms. We continue. A family friend also said that he was saying hateful and violent things about Charlie Kirk at a family dinner prior to the shooting. This is important, and we're going to replay that part of the press conference. They say he has become more radicalized in the prior years. Robinson opened his big mouth and blabbed to his friends and roommate on Discord. Discord is a platform and an app where you have chat rooms, and you join these chat rooms to just chat usually anonymously with other people with similar interests, about needing to retrieve a gun from a drop point. He arranged with this roommate, oh, you're gonna pick up my gun from these bushes that I'm going to just throw at him. It's incredible that somebody just hears those words and say to you, are you for real? What is this about? He mentioned the rifle was in a bush and how to identify it and where it was located. It was wrapped in a towel. That is the towel that we saw in a previous video that I made. He mentioned that he changed clothes after killing Kirk. He also mentioned the gun he used and the bullet engravings. The rifle was a Mauser Model 98. Other details, the retrieved bullet casings had trolley messages written on them. The first trolley message, notices bulges. Oh, well, what's this? About to explain it. Give me a second about that. Hey, fascist, catch and up, right, down, down, down. Oh, bella, ciao, bella, ciao, bella, ciao, ciao, ciao. If you read this, you are gay, LMAO. I'm sorry, but the fact that I laugh, I have to make it clear why I laughed so much when I heard that. because if you read this, you're gay. It's something that we say in Venezuela in Spanish, obviously, a lot. So I couldn't help it. Bella Ciao is an Italian anti-fascist song. This is important. He was against fascists, all right? Tyler Robinson has no registered political affiliation, okay? And according to every single record that I could find, he did not vote in the past election. The question here is, what was Tyler Robinson doing with his time if he dropped out of college after one semester? We already know it. I'm gonna fast forward for more details. The up, right, down, down, down is for a video game. It's just a code for a video game. The OWO, what's this? On the bullet casing is a reference to the LGBTQ and furry communities, people who dress up as, like anthropomorphic animals, furries with fur, right? Which it is concerning enough, and maybe he was into it, even if he was in this healthy family. I don't understand this. How is that connection? But I can guess. I can bet that he just got into one of those chat rooms on Discord, on this chat, because it's not that you just go to one chat room. You can find any sort of chat rooms in there. Tyler was apparently currently enrolled in the Dixie Tech Electrical Apprenticeship Program. He was a third-year student. He had he was in this apprenticeship electrical program, so he was actually, let's say, busy. And important to know, Utah has only two options for the death penalty: lethal injection or firing squad. Lethal injection is the default, but we believe you can make an appeal for firing squad. And thanks to Chicken Fried Rice, Tyler Robinson was in his third year of an electrical apprenticeship at a technical college while living at home. It's the online world that's the problem, I promise. This was important because since he got this scholarship, that was interesting, that he got this $32,000 scholarship. He gets into Utah and drops after one semester at 2021. So what was he doing in this 4 years? Well, he was doing this. And Greenskeeper has a point. Exactly, impressionable youth with something to prove get involved with these online groups which become echo chambers in their heads. The process is slow but certain. We can't possibly know at the same time if that programming and that brainwashing started at school. That's something that we can't possibly know. But there are, by the way, you have to be careful because there are pictures circulating online. There's all sorts of Photoshop montages everywhere of him with trans flags and stuff. I'm showing you here what is confirmed. Okay, so if I confirm anything that is not here in this video, so I will make another video to expand. But as long as again, just be careful of what other information you got out there. The little college group is all that they know. Nothing exists outside of the cult. And that's something that happens. If you, for example, if you tend to isolate yourself and find solace and companionship in these groups and camaraderie and all that, yeah, you might end up with a bad company. And the thing is, it's really hard to understand or to be able to know what is the company you're hanging out with when you're online in these chat groups, because you're on your phone or your computer, and maybe your parents have no idea where you are or no idea who you are hanging out with and what kind of content are you being exposed to and in which way. And that is critical. Now, one thing that I want to make it extremely clear, and I'm going to put here the picture of him with his father for this one, is that basically every single Democrat influencer, every single liberal influencer, all of them, every single one of them are hammering the idea that Tyler Robinson was a Christian conservative. That is important to make a huge distinction here. He comes from a Mormon family. Which is conservative. They had like a First Amendment, Second Amendment on their Instagram. His mother still had those tags on her Instagram. But something changed in him. And the proof that something changed in him are two things. The first one is the clip that we saw during the press conference. I'm going to play this and my kind of reaction to this. I really didn't pay attention at that moment, but this is important to listen to.
Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
So, a couple of things in here, and the most important of all is that he said that Charlie Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. Now, I'm going to ask you a very easy question. In the past days, not past days, it's like basically in the past day, we have seen all this influx of toxicity online, of people cheering for Charlie Kirk's death. And you notice that their justification is that he had it coming because he was, you get that right, spreading hate. That is the rhetoric. That is the word that they use. They say it over and over again. And we all know that Charlie was literally one of the most prominent faces of Republicans and conservatives. We could say conservatives. So who do you think these people who cheer his death voted for? Do you think that it's Republicans or it's Democrats? Do you think it's conservatives or it's progressives? There's an important distinction here. And if Tyler Robinson said that Charlie Kirk was spreading hate and I was full of hate, then you can instantly assume that he was using the same words of Democrats, the same words of liberals that they all themselves have exposed very publicly in these days. So that is the first sign that no, he is, he could be apolitical, maybe he didn't vote, but he is not a conservative by any means. And also, it is important. Matt Walsh made this observation. I'm going to go back a few slides in here to make a point. In one of the bullet casings, he wrote, "Hey, fascist, catch." And also had this anti-fascist song. Which side of the political spectrum, which party, which tribe uses that word, fascist, over and over again, as in attacking the other party? Is it Republicans? Is it conservatives? Is it MAGA? No. It is Democrats that keep calling us fascists. It is Democrats, liberals, progressives. Yeah, the all of them, over and over again. So, are you understanding how their narrative crumbles? And this is the kind of thing that this is the way that you kind of counteract the arguments online. They're going to say over again, oh, he was a conservative. He came from this conservative family. Yeah, but he was brainwashed in those Discord servers, in those Discord chats, in those chat rooms. You can see it. If you don't want to believe let's say that you don't want to believe the FBI. Let's say for a moment that you don't want to believe the FBI, that is hearsay, what they're making up, what they heard over dinner. But they found this in the bullet casings. What was this made up as well? what kind of level of conspiracy are we talking about here? And some people are claiming at the same time that no, he was not a liberal or a Democrat or a progressive. He was an ultra far right, pro-white nationalism, what is called right now a groyper. And the issue is that they wouldn't use, if it was the case, he wouldn't use the word fascist. He wouldn't use fascist as a slur. That wouldn't happen. That is just a nonsensical. Some questions. Let's go to the questions. The questions are important. Before we move forward, that is the biggest lie of Tyler Robinson, and the biggest lie that people are pushing online. He is a conservative. It was a conservative targeting Kirk for... No, that is a lie. That is a lie being pushed by everyone, every single Democrat, every single liberal, and now you know how to counteract that. Questions. We have many questions. How come we don't have information about who was in the Discord channel Charlie Kirk assassin was in? Because it's almost never just one person or you're talking or two people talking. Usually more of them, or you don't talk to just one person. You don't brag about what you're gonna do to just your roommate. You usually, if you're in a group, you're gonna say, "Oh, maybe I will do something when Charlie Kirk is in my university." That is natural. If you get worthy, I don't know how to say that, with just one person, you're gonna do that in a group, especially if you're anonymous. And yeah, the FBI should have access to that. Discord is the same platform the Butler assassin was communicating with people in. We were never told who he communicated with. If what we were told today is true, how come we haven't been told who the assassin asked to beat up this rifle? The roommate. Okay, we know that it was the roommate, but are you going to tell us that the roommate is the only guy that he was talking to? And the roommate, it was his roommate. He most likely was talking to other people on that Discord server. So, who are those people? Which was the Discord he was in? Who is that person, and did they know about the hit in advance? If so, they are an accessory to murder. I have so many questions. At the same time, there's this, I understood what the FBI was trying to do with last night's press conference, delaying it. They were using this strategy of saying, "Oh, we are going to delay the press conference," waiting for a ping on the cell phone of those that they were tracking, including this guy, Tyler Robinson. They wanted a confirmation that somebody messaged him about, yes, the FBI press conference was being delayed, and for somehow, in some way that has not been made public, then the FBI reached out to the father. That is what I understand. So again, at first, my first reaction was the FBI did nothing. They were in this just dead end. There was just the father that spontaneously turned his son in. And it turns out that reality is a bit of half and half. There was like a cooperation between the two. There was a bit of pressure between the two parties. So let's say that both the FBI did their job, or the job that was up to them. And the father, well, I have some words for the father as well. About the father. That takes a lot of courage. There are some a bit misleading images, like this one from 2017, where he was wearing for Halloween a Donald Trump costume in which he is riding Donald Trump. I mean, I don't know who can look at this and imagine that you are a Trump supporter, because that's simply not true. It's like you're riding him like you would have a donkey or a horse or something like that. And this was by the way, back in 2017, how old was he at that time? So his family approved of this, and at the same time, I remember that not every Republican was pro-Trump in 2017. Many Republicans did not like Trump back in 2017, and so this proves nothing besides that he was mocking Trump with this costume. That this is more than obvious. I don't know how to make this any more clear. We have a few more clues. Matt Walsh. Unsurprisingly, the left is gearing up to pin this on Nick Fuentes by claiming the killer was a groyper. I already explained that. Unfortunately for them, that claim doesn't fit any of the facts on the ground. Not that they give a damn about that. The killer labeled Kirk a fascist. That is a term only ever used by the left and as insult to the right. The idea that he killed Charlie for not being right-wing enough, but also considered Charlie a fascist, is totally incoherent. Absolute nonsense, and I agree with Matt with this. Cernovich has perhaps the best words for the father. There are people who deserve grace, and it's not the left. The murderer's dad was a Christian working man, one of us as much as anyone. His son was radicalized by demonic forces in school and accelerated in college and read it. His grief and guilt must be immense. Pray for him. I agree with Cerno. And then, well, deeper questions that are left unanswered. And I want to believe that the FBI is continuing investigation to be able to answer this. So we are supposed to believe that a high IQ college student spends days scouting a location, carries out a public execution with a rifle from a distance, successfully gets away, but instead of disappearing, he goes home so his minister and father can turn him in, and then conveniently leaves all the evidence sitting in a Discord chat? Matt Kim, I agree, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, he made the most spectacular escape possible. But he went right home? Expecting what? Anticipating that he was going to be captured eventually? Also, both Donald Trump assassin Thomas Crooks and Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson have zero digital footprint. No, I don't believe it. He was on Discord. He 100% had a digital footprint. That they are hiding that from us, that is another thing. They're hiding that from us for a reason. I want to think that is for a good reason, but I'm not holding my breath with that one. I am not holding my breath. So, says Phil Holloway, Tyler Robinson was communicating with someone on Discord prior to and about the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Someone provided him with the rifle. This means there were others involved. That's a conspiracy. More arrests need to be made. And again, who was that older guy that attracted attention to himself and shouting, "I have the right to remain silent"? What was that? The FBI could answer this. Maybe this is also part of the ongoing investigation, but I have the hunch that we will not have answers about this anytime soon. So, well, not to mention the guy who still we are waiting for an explanation from him as to why did he stood up seconds after Charlie had been shot, waving his hands in the air and cheering and smiling in the direction of the shooter Robinson was. Still have those questions. Some questions have already answers. You have reached out to me telling me, oh, take a look at the guy who was signaling with his white hat. It turns out that, no, it was a guy in the white hat is Frank Turek, a very good friend of Charlie's and full-time Christian apologist. People are saying that he was giving hand signals and that he was in on it or something. Absolutely ridiculous. Frank is a great man and Charlie loved him. So, no, it was that was a red herring. No, not really a clue. This is all that we know about this case. I'm pretty sure that more details will pop up really soon. But now you know the biggest lie that the left-wing media and influencers are trying to push. That he was a conservative and, well, the conservative, Second Amendment crazy killed Charlie Kirk. And that is not the case. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and bliss.